Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, back on Madden 21, and we are here back in franchise mode, not the Bears, the Patriots this time. Saw the recent patch that they put out where they apparently fixed teams drafting quarterbacks that they shouldn't be drafting, and I thought that was a perfect time to sort of just get a restart here on next gen. Once again, all Madden simulation. Gonna turn pre-existing injuries off as well. Probably should have did that last time. Just to make sure that teams don't draft players that they don't actually need. So gonna be taking over the Patriots. Take a look here at the roster real quick. Cam Newton didn't have a great season at all. Granted, the offensive pieces in New England aren't all that great, so we're gonna have to rebuild that offense. The defense, gonna have to rebuild this as well. Secondary is pretty good. You see J.C. Jackson there with star development. Stephon Gilmore, great player. So we come here, and J.C. Jackson actually goes up to superstar dev, which is pretty massive. Dietrich Wise Jr., probably going to bring him back. John Simon, probably not going to bring back. Adam Butler, probably have to bring him back. This defense doesn't really have too many standouts outside of that secondary. So David Andrews, we go to try to bring him back. He's not interested in coming back, actually. I believe we're going to end up franchise tagging him around $12.4 million a year. J.C. Jackson, not wants to test free agency. So we're going to try to bring him back anyways. Joe Thuney, left guard, not interested in coming back. So that's a little disappointing. Not going to bring back James White, 29-year-old running back. Just not going to happen. Jason McCourty, 34-year-old slot corner. Not going to bring him back. Cam Newton, sorry, brother, not going to bring him back. Dietrich Wise Jr., going to bring him back. Pretty fair offer that he accepts, so going to bring him back. And then we take a look here around. Adam Butler is a guy that we are going to bring back as well. 2-year deal. Once again, nothing that's like super long term. Things that we can easily get out of and shouldn't hurt us too much. Some of the other receivers on this roster is Gunnar Ozelensky, whatever that name is. Gary Jennings, not bringing back. Might be a guy some Patriots fans like or something. I don't know. We only end up with 2 actual NFL receivers on our roster, and calling to kill Harry and NFL wide receivers a little out there. So free agency, J.C. Jackson, make an offer on him, and Jameis Winston, asking for just way too much money. Just no, buddy, you're not getting paid that much. So we're gonna try to get this to around 25 even. And my thought process here is bring in a guy like Jameis, bring him in. If we do end up drafting a quarterback at pick 15, probably not going to start that quarterback year 1. I don't think they would do that in New England. So year 1 would probably be a veteran like Jameis. Who knows? Maybe if we're just terrible at the midseason break. Not break, but midseason mark, maybe you'll see a younger quarterback come in and play and get some snaps, close out the season. So Winston, not loving that offer. Let me see Mitch Trubisky down there. So trying to get a big piece here on defense. Hassan Reddick, who has blossomed, I believe, in Arizona, I believe. So make a big offer on him. In there with the Raiders. Not sure why Washington football team would be making an offer on him. They have guys. We make an offer on Jayon Brown, but I don't really get why the Washington football team would be in on Hassan Reddick. They have edge rushers in Montez Sweat. Like, you're not gonna. I don't really get it. So many things that need to be fixed in this game. Woozier, come in, play the slot for us. Wide receiver here, D.D. Westbrook, free agent. Interest in that. So still cheap. Gonna take a guy from the Jets here, Rashad Perryman. Had a very good season, and gonna try to cash in on that. Gonna try to bring him here, and he does accept our contract. But Jayon Brown and Hassan Reddick tell us to go shove it. But we do bring back J.C. Jackson and Awuzie, so I think our secondary is still very good. D.D. Westbrook, the Lions are in on him. I believe they lost Kenny Galladay. Don't want to go too crazy in free agency, so gonna try to blow them out for D.D. Westbrook. Lawrence Guy, gonna bring him back for a little bit of money here, and he likes that offer, so that's good. We're gonna bring in this dude, Tanu. I'm just gonna call him Tanu. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that last name. I'm sure it's easy, but gonna look here at Christian Kirksey. We have the money to just sign him to the contract he wants, but why do that? Why not just lowball him? Maybe he'll sign. So Tanu, we get Guy, Jameis Winston, no other offers, so gonna end up signing Jameis. Gonna be a New England Patriot, gonna spend a year on the bench in New Orleans, and then gonna come here and get to play some starting football. So there's Kirksey. We try signing a kicker. They both just don't sign, and they just end up on a team for usually cheaper than what we're offering. So that's great. So we come here into the draft, and this is where things sort of fell apart in the Bears franchise, where things just got really goofy. So let's see what happens here. Lawrence to the Jags, Fields to the Jets. So far realistic. Then Atlanta takes Penei Sewell, which I think Miami has the 3 pick and Atlanta has the 4 pick, but then the Dolphins here, they actually go with an edge guy in Rousseau. Jamar Chase goes to the Eagles. Patrick Surtain goes to the Lions. So the Lions are building an amazing secondary there with Okudah and Surtain. Jalen Waddle to the Panthers, so they give Teddy Bridgewater some weapons unless they signed a quarterback. Denver then goes with Kyle Pitts. A little questionable, but if you're not happy with Noah Fant, I think that's a good guy to put in there. Kwity Paye, best edge in the draft. That's a guy who I wanted. Ends up going to Dallas. So Jeremy Owusu-Koramoah is a guy that I was thinking about as well at linebacker. So we come here and we sort of get our pick here of the supposed second tier quarterbacks, I suppose. Some good defensive tackles and things like that still on the board, but Trey Lance sitting there at 15. You got to draft him. Thought about Zach Wilson, who some people think is QB2 in this draft, over Fields, but I think we get a pretty good quarterback here in Trey Lance. Amazing arm, good accuracy, and a really good athlete all in all. And some good defenses here in the AFC East now, so gonna need a guy that can get outside the pocket and make some plays when things break down. And then in the second round, Pat Freiermuth is a guy we are looking at here. Thought about some receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a guy we thought about. But Freiermuth is we need a tight end. And this is a guy who has pretty quick feet from what I've seen. 6'5", 250, 260, big guy, and pretty not fast, but quick for his size. You see here, good catch ratings. Has to get better at blocking for sure, but will easily be the starting tight end on day one for this team. I think that's a really good player. Probably easily the second best tight end in this draft. So, third round, Chris Olave had a very good college football playoff. Not so much in the championship game where they just got sparked by Alabama. We did draft Kadarius Toney in our last franchise, but we're going to draft him again here. Why not? 93 speed, 97 acceleration, just an amazing athlete, super fast, great athlete out of Florida. Route running needs to get better, but probably going to play in the slot his rookie season, I think, when he does play. And once we get those ratings up, like that release, maybe could be a guy that can transition and sort of be an outside guy, deep threat for sure. So that's a pretty nice pick. I think we have gone. I think we fixed this offense somewhat. Running back here late, Trey Sermon out of Ohio State. Really good ratings as well, but just doesn't catch the ball out of the backfield and things like that. But I think all in all, some pretty good ratings on him. I think he could be a decent running back that you see a lot of in year 2. And then here, defensive tackle, Robert Cooper. This is a steal, I think, out of Florida State. Take a look here at his ratings. And looks to be a pretty good player for us, actually. And once again, probably not going to start this year. May not even get any playing time, but I think in year 2, could be a guy that could really start to do some nice things. Might be a guy I might even consider moving to end if I need to at some point in the season, just to get him out onto the field. Has some really good ratings, good block shedding, I think, good power moves. Strength is good, good tackling as well. And then we're looking here. Decided want another offensive lineman, want a center, and that is going to be Jimmy Morrissey out of Pittsburgh, and that's a really nice pick. Ranked number 142 in true talent. We got him at like 170 something, 89 strength, 75 run block. Pass block needs to get up. Run block power looks really good. Pass block power looks really good. Looks really good for a guy that doesn't have to start this year. Can sort of just sit and get better for next season. And then K. Ryan Whitlock. At this point in the draft, you're sort of just when you draft him blind, you're just sort of punting on some of these guys. So all in all, I think a really good draft class, some really good players here. Those first 3 picks, I think those first 4 to 5 picks are really good. I think Cooper and Morrissey are just steals in the 6th round when you can get guys like that. Whitlock, what are you going to do in the 7th round? So going to change our scheme here from whatever it was before. Going to go to a West Coast power run now. Looks like we sort of fill a lot of that stuff out. Defense, fine. Going to keep the playbooks the same for this first season. And maybe decide we need to change things up after that. Take a look here at the roster. Going to make a change here. Chase Winovich. Gonna come off of the ball here, gonna be an outside backer for us in this season. I think that's where he fits in better, at least in the game somewhat. So he's gonna go to the outside. Lawrence Guy is gonna start in his place. And yeah, Lawrence Guy there, Butler and Wise, not the best. Wasn't able to improve that in free agency, but what are you going to do? I had to focus on the offense this year. We're going to sign Ty Summers. He'll probably be our middle linebacker too. Now we have to make some cuts. We're going to cut this guy, Jake Dolegala. Corey Cunningham's going to get cut. Jared Stidham is going to get cut. I felt bad for anyone who bought up a bunch of his rookie cards, thinking he was going to start and do a bunch of stuff. Ryan Izzo is no longer on this team. And then the last cut, who is this going to come down to? And I don't want to cut Karian Whitlock just because I drafted him and we'll let him be on the team for a year. So we're going to cut Miles, whatever his name is. He's out of here. And once again, sim through the preseason. Then we got some upgrades that we got throughout the preseason. And we got route runner for D.D. Westbrook here in New England. And this, I'm not really sure how this offense is going to play. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Trey Lance. You know, I don't know when we're going to see Trey Lance in this series, but we're going to try to give Winston a good go of things. And hopefully he plays well. You know, I've always liked Winston. The issue with Winston, in my opinion, has always been he has like Brett Favre's mindset, but he doesn't have Brett Favre's arm. I think that's the best way to describe Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston has a good arm, just not the arm he thinks he has. If you know what I mean, if he had a better arm, you know, he'd be able to make some of the throws he tries to make. And Michael Jackson Sr. gets a big upgrade there, goes up to a 68 overall, +4 coverage there. And Najee Tehran, surprised they didn't ask me to cut this guy. But it is what it is. And then JC Jackson, gonna go with slot here for him as well. I think slot might be the best upgrade path for corners, or I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like you get a little bit of everything. You get some man coverage, you get some zone coverage, you get awareness, you get just about everything. So that might be the best way to go for corners and things like that. So take a look here at the opening day roster. Winston, Trey Lance going to be backing up. There's our running backs room. Gonna make some changes here at receiver. N'Keal Harry. I think everyone's seen enough of N'Keal Harry. I think everyone sort of knows what his game is. So we're gonna try to get Olave, and honestly, we're gonna get Kadarius Toney ahead of him on the depth chart. Gonna try to get those guys out on the field somewhat here in year one. Offensive line looks good. Isaiah Wynn back, I believe from COVID, was one of those opt-outs. Right tackle, a little weak there with Marcus Cannon. And we take a look here at the defense. I'm not particularly happy with what we have on that front. That's something that I'm going to want to improve for sure. There's Josh Uche, expecting big things from him here in year two. That middle linebacker's position is not very good. That's a spot that we're going to have to improve. But apart from that, the secondary is good, so maybe that can make up for some of those deficiencies at that position. So there it is. There's the introduction to our Patriots franchise. And we're going to try to go hard here on this one. Sorry for anyone that was enjoying the Bears series, but once again, I just couldn't get over teams taking quarterbacks they don't need. It just sort of ruins the immersion of the franchise. And that doesn't feel like that has been done here so far. Everything looks to be on the up and up. So I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. Hit like, hit subscribe, come back for more Patriots franchise. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.